Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we are talking about kitchen design that I don't like. These are my top most hated kitchen design elements that I would love to see everyone avoid. And a lot of designers agree with me because these simple changes will definitely elevate the aesthetics and the functionality of any and every kitchen. Now, the first thing is the angled vent hood. You all know what I'm talking about, and if you've been here, you've heard me talk about it before because I just don't love these. You all know the vent hood. This is like the standard thing that everybody has, and I don't dislike it because it's the standard thing. I think, you know, if you have the same thing as everybody else, there's probably a reason for it, and the reason for this is because it's easy, it's cheap, and it's functional, but it's not actually the most functional because these slanted sides on it get covered in dust and grime, and it's just like another thing to clean, and I don't want to have to take care of that. I don't want to deal with it. I'm already busy. I got enough stuff going on, and I don't want to have to clean that, and neither do you, which is why I much prefer a vent hood that is a little bit more built in, or that doesn't have those sloping sides or aren't as dramatically sloped, because these are like nearly flat and allow all sorts of dust and debris and grease and grime to build up on them, and it's low-key kind of disgusting, and if you're not cleaning it all of the time, it's constantly getting built up on there every single time you cook. And if you have one of these angled vent hoods in your kitchen, they can actually look a little bit insignificant or non-substantial because kitchens have a lot of built-in features and big elements, like a refrigerator's really big and those upper cabinets are very built-in feeling. So if you have this open vent hood, it just feels a little bit empty in that space, and there's something so much better you could put there to really fill it up and make a big impact, because this is the area of the kitchen right here at the cooktop that everybody sees. This is what you're doing in the kitchen. You're cooking, and that's where you do it at. So we want that to be a really impactful and bold statement in the space, even if by bold statement I don't mean, you know, paint it a different color, but have something really gorgeous there, really built in and substantial. That'll make a kitchen look so luxurious and expensive, even if it's all just, you know, standard store-bought cabinetry that's all pre-manufactured. Having a really great vent hood there will really make a big difference. Here's a little pro tip if you are redoing your kitchen and you're like, Garrett, that makes a lot of sense, I need to have a great vent hood. Go one size larger. So if you have a 30-inch cooktop below, go for like a 36-inch vent hood. That way it feels oversized, it feels really big, and it being a little larger will help it to ventilate any and all of the residues from cooking out of this space, and that's so much more efficient, effective, and it's gonna make a big impact on the visual aspect of your kitchen. The next kitchen feature I just can't stand, and I wish we would get away from, leave in the past, are the open cabinet bases. And I'm not talking about like an open cabinet that has no door. I'm talking about the cabinets that just have a door on the bottom, or like a drawer and a door. They're just not effective. They're not efficient enough to be used in a kitchen. Having drawers instead of those cabinets actually takes the fullest advantage of the cubic square footage in that cabinet, because you can access more of it. You can get deeper, and you don't have that big empty portion right at the front of the cabinet. Drawers also mean you can add more organization into your kitchen. You can store more things into your kitchen, and things are going to be easier to locate and find. They're also easier to get out of because you don't have to get down low to reach into the back of the cabinet to get anything. Having as many drawers as possible is the most efficient use of space in a kitchen. It's the best for organization, and you actually use a little bit more hardware on that, which also is kind of the jewelry of the kitchen, and I think that's really fantastic. Now, it is worth noting that drawers are more expensive. They cost a little bit more, but you get a little bit more, and I think it's pretty worth it. Also, if you already have those open cabinets, you can get inserts that have the drawers that pull out. But if you're renovating and you're saying, Garrett, we're just gonna put inserts into those cabinets that have drawers, it actually is a little more expensive to go that route than just doing drawers in the first place. So definitely look at adding as many drawers as possible. Now, it is worth considering what you're storing or what you're putting into each cabinet, because each cabinet can have a different use and therefore a different design or style, but drawers add the most functionality and the most storage into a kitchen. So I would love to see kitchens that have more drawers, as many as possible, because it truly makes the world of difference in the functionality of your kitchen. Let's talk about something else designers don't love to use in kitchens, or designers that actually use kitchens don't like to use in kitchens. We'll just put that out there. And that thing is textured backsplashes. Like I said with the vent hood, I'm not cleaning anything more than is absolutely necessary, and I'm not scrubbing a backsplash. They are literally there to protect the walls because they get dirty. Why are you going to put something that's difficult to clean in a space that is known to get dirty? Makes no sense. Look for backsplashes that are easy to clean. And if you're tiling, use the thinnest grout lines you can because you don't have to clean them as much. We all know if you're like cooking with pasta sauce, it's gonna splash, it's gonna get everywhere here or there. Like you never cook with pasta sauce and wear a white shirt, okay? It's just not done. You know it's gonna get on the grout, so don't use grout that's going to get that on it or absorb it or look dirty over a period of time. Use the thinnest grout lines. This is actually why slab backsplashes are so popular, because they're super easy to clean. They're easier to clean, easier to maintain. It's just a reduction in the amount of things you have to take care of, and I think that's fantastic. But those slab backsplashes are more expensive, so you can kind of fake that look by using oversized tiles. That's really fantastic, or tiles that have a really good glaze on them that is easy to clean, and those thinner grout lines. Definitely be on the lookout for what you're doing on your backsplash, because having something with a texture or even like a really highly reflective surface like mirrored tiles, that can be cool for a wet bar that isn't really getting used that heavily. But in a kitchen, you're going to see a lot of dirt, dust, and grime, debris, whatever on them, plus fingerprints if you touch it. It's not the most ideal thing to put into a space. So really consider how things in your kitchen are going to wear and how you're going to have to clean them to determine what materials you're choosing. Like unfinished wood, you're not cleaning that. There's just no way to do it. So that's probably not the thing to use in your space. And something like a mirror that's highly reflective, if you really want to see where the dirt is, that's a thing to go for. But if not, opt for something a little bit different. That's a great way to reduce the amount of cleaning and effort you have to put into your kitchen by having things that are easier to clean. Makes a lot of sense, so definitely be on the lookout for what materials you're using, not just on your backsplash, but everywhere, and never use a textured backsplash. Something we never want to see is that textured backsplash, but something we always want to see is the baby Albert. Let's go get him. Oh, there you go, little one. Yes, Albert loves to be pat and loved on. He likes to have his ears rubbed. He just got woken up from his nap and he's not having it, huh? Falling asleep right in my hand. Okay. I'm going to let you go and you're going to have to support your own head. Okay? All right? All right? No. Oh, there he goes. Yes, hi. Albert, I know you want to go down and walk around now that you're up from your nap. Oof, you love it. But I love you. Oh yeah, she just loves to be cuddled, don't you? Oh yeah. Now we all love to see Albert and have him here in the videos, but what we don't love to see are microwaves above cooktops. Now I understand there's a certain functionality standpoint. If you have a smaller kitchen, that's the only place for it, and I say go for it. But if you have the option, if you have the choice, please don't put that microwave above the cooktop. Now I'm gonna call it what it is and tell you why this is done. And the truth of the matter is, microwaves are put above cooktops because it's cheaper, because you don't have to buy a vent hood and a microwave. That's the only reason it's done, okay? I don't wanna hear anything else. I don't wanna hear about how it's accessible or whatever, okay? That's the only reason it's done. Now, if you have accessibility concerns, I would definitely look at having a chef's kitchen or a built-in microwave oven combination installed, because this is going to serve you the best and be the most accessible, to be the most reachable, to get in there and actually get your stuff out of the oven or into the microwave instead of having a microwave above your cooktop. For me personally, if I was renovating my kitchen and I said, well, you know what, I don't want my microwave to be above the cooktop, I'm gonna look to see if I have a pantry space I can locate that in, because I really don't wanna have to see it at all, because I don't like the look of microwaves. But if I didn't have that option, I'd either consider having a cubby built into an existing cabinet and putting my microwave in there, or having it on the countertop. But I don't want to waste counter space, so I probably would not do that. I would look into having that chef's kitchen built out and having a built-in oven added to that. I think it is really the most elevated, the most luxurious feature you can bring into a space, but it is also a more expensive one, so definitely give it consideration. Something a lot of people say is, what about a drawer microwave? I think they're great and fantastic to build in to those lower cabinets, but they do have a lot of moving parts because they often have like a mechanical system that opens them, and those small plastic pieces, sometimes they break, and I'm not looking to have appliance service people out to my house at all times. So definitely give it consideration if you're looking into that. Be sure you're getting something that's really good quality and checking the reviews on that product. Overall, I don't love to see a microwave, especially just not above a cooktop. I don't think it's the most aesthetically pleasing thing. I think that's an area of the home, like I previously said, you really see that. It's the most impactful space in the kitchen. It's the first thing you see. It's what you're going in there to do. You're cooking. So you want that area to really stand out, to pop, and to be a great feature. So having an actual vent hood, in my opinion, is just a lot better than having a microwave above the cooktop. Not that I'm mad at it if that's your only option, but I've never lived in a house that has had a microwave above a cooktop because it's always either been somewhere else, built in somewhere else, or it's been on the countertop because I just don't like to see it there. I've recently been looking at new build homes. My husband and I have gone on like a tour of them. We actually love to go and see them. So if you want a video all about some great upgrades that are worth purchasing through your builder, definitely sound off in the comment section down below and let me know. But all of these homes I go into, the first thing I see is that there's a microwave above the cooktop, and it's immediately the first renovation that has to happen. Add it to the list of things that I have to pay for now. So it's just not something I love to see. It's something that I think can really elevate a home by not having a microwave above your cooktop. And these are typically vented in. They already have all of the venting and piping there, and there's electricity there. So it's definitely something worth having a contractor out to look into to see what the possibilities are. A lot of these vent hoods, they're already made. They're there to go, and you can get one that's like a stainless steel that matches your other appliances, or white if you have them. That's also really great. Or you can look at having a custom cabinet made to go there. You can actually take a really standard kitchen that's store-bought cabinets and do a really great vent hood, and it will immediately make everything else look so much more luxurious. It's definitely one of those features worth looking into because it's an easy way to upgrade a kitchen without doing any sort of gut renovating or anything like that. It's a really, really great feature to consider for your space. Something that I often see but don't love and never do myself is use pendant lights in a kitchen. I am not a fan of low hung light fixtures. I just think that they impede the view and they block things off. They bring the ceiling height down and they effectively make everything look a little bit smaller, more closed in. I like light fixtures that are hung up higher, closer to the ceiling, depending on your ceiling height, of course. But those low hung pendants, in my opinion, they look a little dated, a little mid 2000s, and I would rather see fixtures that are a little larger and hung a little higher because you're also getting more light, you're getting more coverage in terms of where the light is going. Also, you're getting a little bit more of an impact and bringing the eye up to the ceiling, which is always a great idea. Pendant lights can be good and I do like them, but I just want them to be hung a little higher. I just don't like seeing them over an island, blocking everything out, covering the view of the cabinetry. I want to see those beautiful features that are in a home that are really expensive. Like, cabinetry is not cheap, so why put light fixtures all in front of it and block it all off? I want to see it. So having light fixtures that are hung a little higher and not necessarily just those pendant lights that are kind of in the way definitely makes a home look more luxurious, more expensive, more beautiful. And having something that's a little higher up also means it's going to stay a little bit cleaner. You won't hit your head on it. The kids won't wave their hands and knock into it, which also means that you're less likely to break things, and that's wonderful. Consider replacing those with maybe some flush mount or recessed fixtures or some lighting that really modernizes and brings a fresh take to the space. That could be a great way to update your home just through changing out the lighting. And actually, these couple of little changes would immediately make a kitchen look so much more luxurious, expensive, and designer. And actually, it would be designer, and you can tell them, I told you to do it, and I love that for you. There are always a ton of things interior designers and myself never do, and these are some of them, but also check out this video to learn about more of them so you can avoid making these faux pas in your home and elevate the space. And I will see you over there.